This was the moment Adam Soshomole accused China of aiding terrorism and banditry in Nigeria in the name of mining. Like you can see this headline here, it says Nigeria Senator Adam Soshomole accused China of stealing Nigeria's resources, arming bandits and terrorist groups to protect their illegal mining sites. Now, the same China is speaking out against President Trump and America for standing up against the ongoing killing of Christians in Nigeria. Don't forget that the Chinese government has come out to say they are against what Trump said, Trump's threat to come to Nigeria to end terrorism. Now, this headline says China declares support for Nigeria, opposes Trump's military threat. Now, a congressman in the U.S. has come out to reply China. This is what he has said. This headline here says, genocide. Trump is right to defend Christians. China that just arrested 30 Christian pastors can't dictate U.S. policy. U.S. lawmaker challenges China over remarks on Nigeria. So, guys, a whole lot is happening as regards to China's supporting the Tinubu's government and condemning U.S. President for coming out to say that enough of the buying of Christians in Nigeria. Many people are saying, where were they all this while that Nigeria has been going through a lot at the hands of these terrorists? Anyway, let me take you through more headlines. This one says U.S. Senate Ted Cruz vows to hold Nigerian officials accountable for following Trump's designation of Nigeria as CPC. So Ted Cruz is saying no mercy, that they are going to release sanction on all those who are perceived to have been the ones supporting, enabling this banditry, these bandits and the terrorist groups in Nigeria. And we know that they are going mainly after Christians. Now, this other headline says about 50 terrorists on motorbikes attack APC rep members convoy in Niger by 6 soldiers. Can you imagine? Hey, they are going with soldiers that are supposed to be working, protecting Nigerians. These politicians are taking soldiers alongside, but guess what? These people buy 6 military men. And now this person said, how can you not have embassy to the US, UK, even France you frequently visit? There is no embassy. The Tinubu's government, all the money they are borrowing, we don't know where they are going, where it's going to. Now this person said Gumi's audacity and brazenness over terrorism is evident that Nigeria government has a hand in insecurity. This coming from Barrister Efio. That the way this man moves around with these bandits, speak for them, come out to promote them, talk about them, canvass for them, campaign for them, immediate for their negotiation, and nobody's talking about it. This is a former, general or whatever in the military, and now he has his son in the military, and he's like the spokesperson for this bandits. And this lawyer is saying that shows that the government knows what is happening, but they don't have the audacity to face it. So guys, a whole lot is happening in this country. Anyway, I'm just going to allow you to take your time, watch this video on the letters of China supporting terrorism in Nigeria. Just take your time and watch it and see how Arise TV News has, deliberated on this, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Now, take a look.
China has declared firm support for Nigeria's government, stating it backs the country's right to pursue her own development path suited to national conditions. In a statement on the Chinese embassy's website in Nigeria, China's foreign ministry spokesperson Mao Ning emphasized China's opposition to any country using religion and human rights as excuses to interfere in Nigeria's internal affairs. The response is against U.S. President Donald Trump's recent threats of potential military action in Nigeria over alleged persecution of Christians. China explicitly opposed threatening other countries with sanctions and force, reinforcing her position against such interventions.
On
Trump's threat of military deployment in Nigeria, Mandarin, as Nigeria's comprehensive strategic partner, China firmly supports the Nigerian government in leading its people on the development path suited to its national conditions. China firmly opposes any country using religion and human rights as an excuse to interfere in other countries' internal affairs, and threatening other countries with sanctions and force.
Still on this story, meanwhile, Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, says President Bola Tinubu remains calm and is taking the situation very seriously. At a routine consultation with the president at the State House, Idris said government has opened channels of communication with Washington and other international partners to reassure them of Nigeria's commitment to protecting citizens of all faiths and strengthening national security.
It's a routine meeting that we always have with Mr. President. As Minister of Information, I need to consult with Mr. President from time to time, and this is exactly what we have done. Of course, the issue of the U.S. threat also came up, and we discussed that extensively with Mr. President. Mr. President is calm, is looking at the whole situation, and is looking at ways and means of ensuring that the international community understands what Nigeria has been doing. Only last week or 2 weeks ago, Mr. President, in his own desire to rekindle the security architecture of the country, reinvigorated the hierarchy of the armed forces. A new chief of defense staff and other service chiefs were appointed. Now, this is all all the issues that came out of the United States. So that tells you that Mr. President has been working assiduously to ensure that Nigeria is a country that remains safer for all Nigerians to live in. We're looking at all the issues, and we don't want to overheat the discussions, but work is ongoing, and we're also opening the channels of communication so that the international community will understand what Nigeria has been doing better, and also what we intend to further do to ensure that whatever concerns there are, either domestically here or from the international community, are answered.
And Nigeria's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Yusuf Tuga, has again dismissed claims by President Trump that the government is involved in religious persecution. Tuga says freedom of worship is guaranteed under the Nigerian Constitution and insists such acts are not supported by government at any level.
Nigeria's constitutional commitment to religious freedom and rule of law. All the answers are in there. And this is what guides us. And this is what shows that it's impossible for there to be a religious persecution that can be supported in any way, shape, or form by the government of Nigeria at any level, be it federal, be it regional, be it local. It's impossible. And our laws are there, and all the answers lie in this. And what we are trying to make the world understand is that we should not create another Sudan.
As regards the matter of this America and Nigeria, I see a lot of skewing of narrative. You know, this country, may God save this country. We have now turned the narrative into North versus South, which is not supposed to be. We have now done propaganda to an extent where it's now us versus them. No. Are people dying across every part of the country? Yes. Are Northerners, Southerners dying? Yes. Are Nigerians dying? Yes. Has this government done well at stopping the killings? No, they can do more. Because Trump has talked about it now, then there's been a lot. Like I've always said, we're a sovereign nation. Nobody can come in and invade our country without our say-so. We have seen security forces said, okay, we can get American support. But the question is, how can the problem end, the problem of killing? There's a popular adage from where I come from. They say a man sees a snake, a woman kills it. As long as the snake is dead. Please, let's take this matter out. And for us that we are so delusional now to think China loves you so much, with due respect, China is speaking for its own interests. Out of the 270,000 tons of rare earth oxide, rare earth metals, China mined over close to 13,000 tons from Nigeria. They are the ones shipping our rare earth metals easily away. So if America is talking about strikes, which I don't believe, which I just think Trump is bluffing largely, there's about strikes in the area where China is mining their rare earth metal. You think China will just look and be saying they should come? So when we are acting like China loves us so much, China is talking about its own interest, or the EU that is talking in our House of Board. You think they love you so much? EU that in this country close to 44 billion is going out. There's a particular refinery out of Rotterdam that out of Nigerian crude and everything, they make close to 9 billion. Everybody is talking about their own interest. But when are we going to have leaders that are in the interest of Nigerians? That's the problem we've always had in this country. Because you can see other countries fighting for their own interests. We are always constantly about the interests of our politicians that steal and exploit us. So it's a very sad dilemma that we are currently facing now. And please, we should not fall for all this love here and there and all of that. But quickly, a point I really want to make that is very important is I believe the Nigerian army can stop this killing. Is it not the same that this our country is a great country? I am so proud to be a Nigerian. This was the same Nigeria that set up the ECOMOG force. Over 70% of the troop of the ECOMOG force was from Nigeria. That worked over 7 years to bring parity and peace back to Liberia and to Sierra Leone. Nigeria expended $15 billion of its money on ECOWAS. As at that time, if you adjust that money from inflation between 1991 to 1997, from 1997 to about 2001, if you adjust that $15 billion for inflation, Nigeria spent in today's money is over $30 billion to restore peace and parity to West African countries. That same country is great enough to solve its own problem. We need leadership.
All right. Okay.
Nigerian newspapers this morning are reporting the passing of General Abdullahi Mohammed. General Abdullahi Mohammed, the papers report, both online majorly, that he has passed at the age of 86. He was a distinguished military officer, dedicated public servant, and he served for the better part of his life, Nigeria, diligently, steadfastly, and with a great sense of patriotism. He was governor of, I think, Plateau State, Benue Plateau State, as it then was, 1976-1979. He was Director General of the National Security Organization, the NSO, before the name was changed and it became the National Security Agency, or the NIA, the Nigerian Intelligence Agency. He was, I think, Chief of Staff to General, President Olusegun Obasanjo. From 1999 to 2007, he also served President Shehu Yaradua, as Chief of Staff. He was NSA under General Abubakar Abdul Salami. So you have there a man who served his country diligently. So it's a major loss for Nigeria that such a distinguished general has passed. But we thank God for his life and, for the fact that he had the benefit of making his own contributions, distinguished contribution to the making of Nigeria.
So, guys, we all know that nnamdi Kanu was in court today and he did not open his case because he was arguing that he doesn't even know his crime, asking the judge, on which crime are they trying to try him? You want him to open his case, he said he doesn't even know the crime he committed. And the judges were not happy the way he stood firm. They now wanted to rule, and if they rule, it's going to be final. Either they send him to prison or to death, like somebody has said. Now, they finally gave him another chance that he's coming back to court on the 7th. He should come and open his case. If he doesn't, they are going to rule. And now, Sowore has come out to reveal that the federal government, the Tinubu's government, has already concluded plans on jailing Nnamdi Kanu. That what you see them doing in court is just to fulfill all righteousness, that there's already a political conclusion that is either he's sentenced to death or he's being jailed. So whatever you are seeing happening in court is just to fulfill all righteousness. Now, I also saw the spokesperson for the Tinubu's government saying that anybody associating with a proscribed group is against the law. It's a criminal. Now, there is no problem associating with bandits, like we've seen some people taking selfies and even attending weddings of bandits. But if you associate with somebody, because IPOB is the only group that I would say that is looking for secession that has been prescribed. So if you have anything to do with them, they see it as a crime. But having something to do with terrorists is not a crime. So guys, when you look at what's happening in Nigeria today, you just know that we are really missing it. Anyway, let's focus on the topic of Trump and the United States. We know that Trump has taken this step, you know, and many Nigerians are applauding it because this long awaited action that the Nigerian government failed to do, and that is what Trump is doing today. And that's why many people are applauding Trump. Anyway, guys, let me know your thought on this in the comment section below. Thank you.